Oh, oh, Earth Angel, Earth Angel, will you be mine? My darling dear, love you all the time. I'm just a fool, a fool in love with you. Oh, that was fucking ear rape.
Deaf.
That was ear rape.
You're turned up louder than anybody's ever been turned up. Anyway, what is going on?
Turn up.
Turn up. Turn down for what?
You might need to turn it down a little bit.
No, I think it's good. I think we're chilling. Anyway, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Too Savage for Democrats podcast. We're back again. Another week. And we're minus admin Mike this week because it was his girlfriend's birthday. Yeah.
So. Which is a good reason.
I mean, I guess it's decent. I feel like it's still more important to be here. But we'll let it slide this once.
He said he'll be back next week. Which, good.
If he's not, we will kill him and his carcass will be here.
Yeah, and it'll be like weekend at Mikey's.
It'll be weekend at Shmoo Kelly's. It'll just be
weekend at Shmoo Kelly's.
He'll just be sitting there. So a lot of stuff going on this week. Great show. We got 50 Cent endorsing Trump. Can you believe it?
Bum.
Where can you find me? In the club, bottle full of bub. All right, anyway, so 50 Cent endorsing Trump. I love how you just leave me hanging on the
radio, though.
Huh?
I don't know how it goes.
You can find me in the club. Bottle full of bub, mama.
I just know how the beginning goes.
Bum.
Yeah, because that's like a good beat and shit, you know.
That's pretty good beat. So we got 50 Cent endorsing Trump. Hunter Biden, which I admittedly, I haven't been following the Hunter Biden information until recently, but we got the Hunter Biden information coming in. We're going to talk about a lot of other stuff coming on. Let me actually get my topics thing up because we've got, I mean, it's incredible how many topics we have. It's just incredible, folks. It's just so incredible. We're 2 weeks out of the biggest election possibly of our lifetime. Now, I hate when people say that.
No, I don't even think it's the biggest election of our lifetime, though.
2016 was way bigger.
No, I think this is the biggest election ever.
Oh, shit.
Ever.
You're
No. Ever, dude. Look.
Oh, he's already going into deep topic.
I'm not going deep topic yet. I'm not going deep topic. I'm holding out for a couple other things. I'm in semi topic. I'm in medium topic.
Yeah.
I'm in just the tip topic.
just the typic.
Just the typic. All right. I think it's the biggest election ever.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because literally, it's the moment between. It could be the end of life as we know it.
But I don't think so.
It could be the end of life as we know it.
Or
it could be, it could be one of those things like what happened in 2016, where they're like, it's the end of the world, and then it's not.
Well, they were saying it was the end of the world. But here's the thing. I don't think somebody asked me. I did like a Q&A with the followers yesterday. And somebody asked me, they said, what's going to happen if Biden wins? What are you going to do? And I said, I am going to wake up and live my life. Because here's the thing. Our system is not set up to be that different. Now, I'm not saying that if Biden doesn't win, things aren't going to start changing. Because, I mean, you've got, first of all, it's Kamala. Do you notice what they're doing right now? I'm going deep topic. This is pissing me off that people aren't noticing this. I'm in deep topic and I'm in full turbo. Listen. No, seriously, listen to this. So the Hunter Biden information comes out. This is totally digressing, but people need to understand this. The Hunter Biden information comes out, right? The laptop gets found. He gets the pictures of him smoking goddamn crack pipe, you know? And then they're like, the Trump kids are the worst children. And then Hunter Biden's like, crack pipe. It's like, really? What do the Trump kids do besides be wholesome and based?
And make a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, and they're just making money. They're just mad because they're like the first kids ever to be handed a billion-dollar empire and like make it work.
And
so
not
anyway,
have it
so all that
fall
information comes out. Biden calls an end to. By the way, that was the October surprise to end all October surprises. That was like the biggest October surprise, right? Because like their kid, it's Hunter, and he got caught in the quid pro quo, knowing about it. With the because Hunter was working with the Chinese investor, and they were like, "Oh, I never talked to. I got hairy legs. I never talked to Hunter about his business dealings." Then there's literally emails. So all of that, it's found out he's involved in that. He knew about it because Hunter was sending him emails. All that comes out. Biden says, "Well, I'm going back to the basement." So he goes back to the basement. He's not campaigning. Guess who is campaigning? Kamala.
Oh.
Focus on what they're doing. Focus on, this is why I'm in deep topic. Focus on what they're doing. They've taken Biden. They've said, get in the basement. And they've taken Kamala and they said, on the tuchus, get out there. It's your time to shine.
Get out there. I'm sorry. Like the warning said, offensive content.
Yeah. Offensive content. And by the way, everything we say is satire for legal purposes. But no, seriously though. No, listen. I'm serious, dude. People are idiots. Like, they don't even, we said the transition was going to happen when he was president. We're like, oh, when he's president, they'll switch it out. They're switching it out in front of our faces. They're switching it out now.
Also,
they're taking Kamala, Biden sitting in the basement, rubbing his hair and legs, and Kamala Harris is outside being a C-word. I'm out of deep topic.
Also,
Good.
25th Amendment.
Oh, what they were trying to use on Trump. It's all happening. It's all happening in front of our eyes. It's all happening.
Yeah. Are you almost done with that thing?
Oh, I chugged because. So let me explain a little backstory. So we usually do the podcast with a beer.
Yeah.
Because it takes the edge. Well, this is basically two. It takes the edge off because sometimes we get because we get kind of stressed out about making sure it's a good show. Like, we want to provide you guys the best show we can possibly provide. Yeah. So we didn't crack anything. Usually we're sipping as we set up the studio, but today we didn't. And so it was so boring. So we had to cut it. So I just chugged. I was like,
I didn't even see you do
that. Dude, I chugged. Because it takes the edge off. So
now you're...
I'm ready to go. But anyway, yeah, so Hunter Biden, that's crazy. But I don't think that if Joe Biden wins, because I think Republicans will keep the Senate. And now next week on the podcast, producer Steve and I are both going to bring... our individual election map predictions. And last in 2016, I was only off by a state. I was pretty close.
Which one did you get wrong?
Michigan.
Oh.
I didn't think he was going to win Michigan. I was like, there's no way on God's green earth
that he's going to win.
That he's going to win. Wins it. But I think I'm going to be right this time. Now, I'm not. There are some people that are just freaking. I mean, it's like nobody's in the middle anymore. Like, the Trump people are like, landslide. He's going to win. I saw somebody say he's going to win New Hampshire. And he's a friend of mine, but he's like, he's going to win New Hampshire. I was like, really? Isn't that where Biden's from?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
no. Not even close.
No. Well, anyway, next show. Because I'm going to do a lot of research into this. And I never do it before. I always wait until it gets up. So that's going to be a segment on next show. But I don't think if Biden wins that the U.S. I think we're going to keep the Senate. I think Republicans are going to keep the Senate. I am predicting a Republican control of the Senate. That's almost more important than having the presidency.
What you got on the House?
Is the House up to get flipped right now?
Not that I can remember.
I'm not sure about the House because I think the Senate is more important. Now, the House controls all spending. The Congress, the House of Representatives, that's where all spending goes to. So that's kind of. But the Senate, I do think the Senate's important, and I think we'll keep the Senate. So I'm not too concerned as long as we can keep control of the Senate, and then 2024. Run. Now, I'm predicting a Trump win. I still have 60 to 70% chance Trump win. But, yeah, I think we are going to keep the Senate. So it's good. So I don't think that much is going to change because it'll be log jammed.
Right. For
every time. I mean, I've been paying attention to elections since 2008 very closely. Every time there's an election, it's always, this is the socialist revolution. If you don't vote for the Republican, it's going to be socialism. It's like, I mean, they said that with Obama. If you look back at Obama's presidency, was fairly moderate. Now, there are some, like, if AOC was running, I'd be on here like, get out and vote. Vote. Like, I'd be the freaking Facebook boomer Karen going, vote and make your voice heard. Get out there and vote. Dude, that pisses me off so much. I mean, I'm scrolling down Facebook. It's like 1 a.m. I'm looking for topics for the podcast. And then I scroll. It's fucking Amy Schumer topless. I almost threw up. Did you see that picture? She goes, I'm topless. I tweeted. I was like, no one asked.
No one asked.
No one cares and no one wants to see it. Did I tell you I saw Amy Schumer?
Where?
On the beach in California.
Oh,
now,
no.
I'm like 90% sure because we had seen Vince Vaughn the day before. The next day, I'm like 90% sure it was Amy Schumer laying on the beach. Just all fat.
She wasn't topless, was she?
Oh my God. I would have been like, beached whale!
Somebody get some water on
that! Get a harpoon!
Get some lights on that!
Oh God, I would have thrown up. But on that note, what is it about celebrities? Like, they're so out of touch. Why do they think that them being naked? Like, did you watch that video?
No, because I'm not going to fucking watch
I watched it. I watched it for the viewers.
Oh God.
No, I watched the video and they're butt ass naked and they're like, maybe now I've got your attention. And I'm sitting there like this. Bloodshot. If you're watching on Dylan's Daily Show on YouTube, you can see bloodshot eyes. I mean, it's just disgusting. They're naked. I mean, that doesn't work. You're good. Celebrities are just so out of touch with the American people that it's just not even funny.
I was watching a video, just scrolling through YouTube, like as you do.
Yeah.
And this person was talking about the difference between celebrity and fame. There's a big difference between celebrity and fame. People want to be famous, but not many people want to be a celebrity. You know what I mean?
Well, what did you say the difference was?
Like fame, famous, being famous.
Is it what I made that bitch famous?
No. It's like the dude that's just vibing to dreams. That dude's famous. He's
not famous.
Oh
though.
yes, he is.
He won't be. He's got the 50.
Still is.
He's got the 15. No, if you saw him on the street, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, because he's got that fucking feather tattoo on his back.
Yeah, but
of his head.
if you saw that man's in the street in like 2 months, you're not knowing who that is.
Yeah, I will. He's famous. He's famous. At this
You know what
time,
I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do
at
to
this
producer? And I'm gonna
time-
tell producer Steve I'm doing this. I am going to be like, I'm gonna pull up a news story on the podcast and be like, oh, we got a guy here who broke into a bank, and I'm gonna show him, and it's gonna be in like 6 months. And he'd be like, that guy's ugly as shit, and not even remember who it is.
I will remember who it is.
Oh, you want to bet?
You can come back to this episode and be like, look, producer Steve remembers.
No.
That's cap.
But anyway, so you think
I learned what that meant the
You
other
think
day.
that's cap? You just figured out what cap means?
Dude, I'm an old bitch, all right?
We're the same age. You're an old soul.
Yeah, I mean, my wife and I, if I'm not here doing this, I'm at home watching television, and it's most of the time commercials.
And the fact that you just called it television is...
What?
I'm watching television. Who calls it television? You say TV.
TV.
I never say TV. I say I'm watching Netflix.
I'm watching television.
You bought a television?
A 70-incher.
Fuck.
You gotta come over.
wish. No, dude, I'm down. I haven't been over to your house in a while.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Well, I was gonna come over on Saturday, but
Yeah, things happen. Also, windier than shit. Holy
oh my god,
we saw a lady.
oh, you want to tell this story?
It's funny and offensive.
Let's do the background.
All right.
So we have a couple friends. They're dating, and the girl, it's producer Mike's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or I mean, admin Mike's girlfriend. She was like so excited to go to the pumpkin patch.
Yo,
She was like, we got to go to the pumpkin, get pictures, everything. So we're getting there at 11. So I wake my ass up, and I'm getting up if I get up at any point before 9,
it's a big
it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So I got up at 9. Yeah. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But I get ready. I go over there. I'm like, because I thought I was going to be late. And I get there. You're like, oh, we're here. It's like, okay. We're trying to get a hold of admin Mike. Fucking no answer. So he's sleeping in. So we had to wait for them to come because finally, after we'd been
It's
there.
about like a 30-minute drive.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, we're on the way after we've been there for 2 minutes. So we're people watching in his truck. We're just sitting there
We're
people
sitting there
watching.
yeah. And the wind, I'm not lying, like 45-mile-an-hour winds.
If you ever want to have
steady.
If you ever want to have a really good time, sit in your car when it's windy and
just
watch
watch
people
people.
walk in the wind. Especially if you're on gravel. Then it's even funny. Should we tell him about the cripple?
All right, okay. The cripple.
What would you call her?
That's what I was.
The
I guess
wheelchair bound
the paraplegic.
And it was sad. I feel bad for them. Not like,
I was laughing my fucking ass.
Oh,
off.
I was laughing my fucking
I
ass
will
off too.
say.
Dude, your kid was laughing.
I wasn't. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this girl's like pushing this lady in the wheelchair, pushing on gravel. Okay, so if you can imagine every 3 pushes, just like
she got stuck, and she was.
And you no you go on the second stop and jerk, I would just shoot myself.
Oh yeah, because she's going like, if you're watching on the video podcast, YouTube's Dylan's Daily Show, she was stopping and she go, and like the lady in the wheelchair is just sitting there. And if I was ever in a wheelchair, God forbid, I would be the worst cripple. Like they're pretty bad crippled. I'd be the worst crippled because I would be the least motivational. Like you have those people who are crippled that are like, let's get after life. I'm blessed to be alive. I don't have my legs, but I have my heart, and I'm coming. I'd be like, fuck.
Looks like I'm gonna Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be sitting there in my wheelchair. I mean, it'd be so bad. I'm kidding, obviously.
But okay, but like the whole time I'm asking the question, why don't you just have like an automatic wheelchair? Because like it wasn't just like she had like a broken leg and she was only going to be in it for a little bit. It was like her legs were tied down, like she couldn't use her legs anymore. You know?
Oh, she was legless.
No, she had legs.
I mean, may as well not.
I guess. But anyway, and the whole time Dylan and I are sitting and there we go, push it.
No,
Or
pull it.
Pull it. Like we're screaming. We don't have the windows down, but like we're yelling. And there's a dude, bless this dude's soul, because he walks up and he goes, why don't you just like pull it?
Oh,
and the lady goes, oh, and then starts pulling it and it works so much better.
And she's getting dragged. I already hate when people do stuff for me. Like I despise it. If I had to get pushed around in the wheels, I'd be going like this because I do not want to get pushed. I would feel like the biggest, and I'm not saying you are if you're being pushed around in the wheelchair because obviously you're not, but I would feel like the biggest burden on society. And when I run for president one day, they're going to be like, on episode 81 of the Too Savage for Democrats podcast, Dylan said that crippled people are burdens on society. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I would feel like the biggest burden.
Well, you already are the biggest burden. But anyway, so she ends up pulling it. And then like a dude right behind her, it has like this cart full of pumpkins. And he's got 4 wheels and he's got it up on the 2 wheels and he's trying to push it and he hits a rock and like it nearly topples over. And his wife's just like, come on, Ron. Like,
what was the guy that I yelled at through the window and then you shut the window on me?
I don't remember.
There was somebody.
Was that the dude that was trying to like push it? And his wife was like 400 pounds.
There was something going on.
We judge a lot of people. I know we shouldn't.
Oh, we people watch.
But we're not going to tell them, you know.
Oh, I will. I'm like, pull it. Idiot. So let's talk about this because I want to get back into politics because this is like, it's actually happening and I feel like we need to really crack down on it now. Is that the Hunter Biden stuff when that came out, and I hate going back to this. I don't want to be that podcast because every podcast, the goal of this podcast is you get kind of a break from politics, but you also get politics. Like, I don't want you to come on here and I'm just like, Hunter Biden is the freaking guy. Like, I don't want to, make it the whole thing. I want to make it funny. I want to make it entertaining. That's why we have little anecdotes and stories.
But we also want it to be like entertaining with information.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I want. But I do want to come back to the Hunter Biden thing because
it is important.
And not even just because of the Hunter Biden thing, but Twitter and Facebook were deleting the New York Post article originally talking about the emails. They were deleting them. Do you hear about this?
No.
Yeah, Twitter and Facebook were deleting altogether the content. They were like,
because it was fake news or whatever?
Well, I don't think it was because it was fake news. It's just because they're liberal organizations.
So was the New York Times. Oh,
New York Post it was.
Oh.
Which isn't as bad. New York Post can be. But I think the New York Post. But they were taking down the article. And by the way, it's like confirmed that it's Hunter Biden's emails. It's not like a conspiracy theory. Like, these are Hunter Biden's emails.
Yeah.
And so they're censoring, they're taking down the emails and the article talking about all of it. So if you shared the article, it got taken down. And so what came up again was the topic of social media censorship, because that's happening towards conservatives, as we're seeing again. I don't see any of the Trump liberal conspiracy theories getting taken down. No. They come out and they call Trump a Russian bot, and
even though they just, charged 6 Russians with conspiracy.
Oh, call him the Russian bot, and they still, and they're still keeping it up. I mean, you can go out and straight slander Trump on Twitter and Facebook, and they don't care. But you post something about Hunter Biden, which is a confirmed email, share the email, show a picture of him with a crack pipe in his mouth, and they just completely take it down. And this brings up the topic of social media censorship, and I'm honestly getting a little heated about it. I love the idea of talking about social media censorship. I love it, right? Because it's happening. It needs to be talked about with conservatives. But here's the problem. I'm sick and tired of talking. And every single time Every single time it comes up, it's just talking. They go, social media censorship bad. We don't want you guys to censor us. And the companies go, and they just sit there because they know nothing's going to happen. And they just chill. And then in like because this is what I was saying. If you go back a couple episodes, we were talking about like the slippery slope, and conservatives just kind of sit there and pick it, and then they move to the next issue. That's what they do. This is the problem with being pro-limited government and everything, because you can't stop anything. This is the conundrum. This is a prime example of why being just limited government as your foundational principle is not smart. Because how do you stop social media censorship? Oh, Twitter, Google and Facebook, some of the biggest companies that have ever existed on the history of the planet, just don't use the platform. I hate when they say that. Just don't use the platform. It's a private company. Just don't use it. It's not like it's fucking Kroger, you know? If it was Kroger, I just wouldn't shop there. I'd go to another grocery store. What am I supposed to use besides, if I want to promote anything that I do, what am I supposed to use besides the social media companies? If you want to stay in touch with everyone, what are you supposed to use? They control everything. What am I going to use? DuckDuckGo? Like, I'm sorry, I use it, but make an app. You know, I can't because I'm not going to Safari and typing in duckduckgo.com every time I want to freaking use it. So you have to use these companies. They control everything. So the government has to step in. This is what they did with the antitrust with Roosevelt. They stepped in. They said these companies are getting too large. And by the way, when they stepped in before, the companies were not even a third of the size of these companies now. And now Jeff Bezos is playing with fucking robot arms like he's Dr. Octopus. And they won't do anything. They're like, here's the guy. He's a supervillain. He's going to be a supervillain. And they won't do anything about
Lex
it.
Luthor.
Oh,
that
dude,
bald fuck.
It's going to be Elon Musk versus Jeff Bezos. I guarantee you. And we're going to be sitting here like, and Elon Musk comes out with a SpaceX robot. Jeff Bezos now comes back with a robot arm, hits him in the face. And Elon Musk now shoots the flamethrower at his face, and now he's down. He gets back up. And like, it's going to be us commentating the fight between Elon Musk.
Elon Musk comes out with a Gangnam.
With what?
Massive. It's a massive fucking robot made in Japan.
Yeah.
So it's like a fucking anime thing. But they actually built one. Like Japan did. During like the pandemic, they actually built like a full-size Gangnam, which is like 30 stories fucking tall.
So what I'm saying is these companies are huge. Okay, and nice thing to do during the pandemic. I mean, how about focus on saving your economy? They're like, let's build the Gangnam. Or whatever it's called. Yeah. But how about this? This is the problem with limited government being your core principle. Is like, what are you supposed to do? Because half the party is saying, just don't use the platform. Just don't use it. It's fine. Just don't use the platform. Like, we can never promote ourselves again, which is basically what's happening now because they're censoring us. So they say that. And then the other half's like, let's step in and get involved. We just need it's objectively okay. Now, and they think it's a slippery slope. If you step in and get involved with a multi-trillion-dollar company, or I guess it's not multi-trillion, but hundreds of billions of dollars company like Twitter, or my favorite argument from the right is when they go, just make a competitor. Oh, really? I'm going to make a competitor? Hey, you're not winning the election on Parler. Like, I'm sorry, or Parlay. I'm sorry, but I'm not even going to... People are like, are you on Parlay? No. Because I'm not going to make a parlay because it's stupid. It's not stupid. Like, the idea of it's cool, but there's like 25 people on it. I'm not going to make a freaking... And then other dogs are going crazy. This is me when someone asks if I'm on Parlay. Because no. I mean, they're going crazy, dude. It's fine. I'm going to focus through it.
Speaking of dogs going crazy.
Yeah.
Have you seen those memes that are coming out? It's like on Twitter whenever a girl like posts, you know, some scandalous fucking photo and they're like, I thought I looked good. What do you guys think? And then like some dude will post a video of like the iPhone, what's the emojis that can move with your face and shit.
Oh
like,
god, the animojis.
Yeah, but it's like a dog and it's just
and then he's like, I'm horny.
Yeah.
No. So let me get back to my point because I keep getting off topic and sitting on my pen.
Oh.
But here's what's going on.
That's why.
That's why. No, but listen. We need to step in. It's not like you're infringing. If we step in on Google, Facebook, and Twitter and stop them from censoring people because they're like a free speech platform, it's like why a cable company can't say, no Tucker Carlson in your house. It's like why a phone company can't say, nope, can't talk about right-wing stuff or can't let this right-winger have a phone.
We're always listening.
It's the same situation with the social media companies. They shouldn't be able to say, you're a right-winger. What they need to do is decide. If they want to be treated like they have control of what goes on, then we should be able to sue them. which they want to have immunity from being sued. They don't want to be able to be sued for what gets posted on their platform, but at the same time, they want to be treated like a platform. You can't have it both ways. You're either responsible. So I want to treat them the same way as we treat cable companies. I want to treat them the same way we treat internet providers. I want to, and some people say we use a different internet provider. Where you live, there's one.
There's literally
one. You can't use
internet provider.
Yeah, if they cut off your internet because you're a right winger, there's nothing you could do. Nope. You'd have no internet. Yep. So it's not fair. There's a lot of people, who are in that situation.
But out where I live, it's like all Trump supporters. I mean,
yeah, imagine if they just went no.
Whenever you first get into my town, there's a gas station, and they've got all kinds of flags out. And like 7 of
just
the
ignore
flags.
the autistic dogs upstairs. I mean, they're stupid idiots.
Fook.
I don't even want them to defend the house.
All the flags are out there. There's like 4 of them that are just like Trump 2020 flags.
Yeah.
And then like you make the corner to my house, and there's a house with like 7 other flags. Yeah. And then you go down my street, and down my street, every single house down my street has a sign out that says Trump 2020.
And then there's you with nothing.
And my mom. My mom or my grandparents came over the other day, and my mom was already there, and my grandparents go, "So your entire neighborhood's voting for Trump, huh?"
Your neighborhood is legit Trump country.
Yeah. Oh, but I live in Trump country.
That's what
there's fucking trailers out in the middle of nowhere with big fucking Trump 2020 signs.
That's what they don't understand. Like, people live where, I don't think Trump's going to win the election. It's like, where do you live? I live in Dallas, Texas. It's like, of course.
I live at like the inner city. I live in downtown.
Yeah, it's like, go to the country. When I was driving, dude, I have never seen, like, when you're driving past your house, like when I go to the Zarks, there are so many Trump signs. Now, I see a lot of Biden signs around where I live, but we live in the liberal county in Kansas.
We live in the most liberal county outside of maybe the university's county.
Yeah. It's pretty damn liberal.
I mean, every election that I've ever seen, it's always blue.
Yeah.
Here.
It's always going to be blue.
Here.
And this is what's going to happen.
But even the county to the north.
It's
that one doesn't even go blue.
Wyandotte?
Yeah, that doesn't always go blue.
Wyandotte?
Sometimes it does.
Wyandotte's pretty blue.
No, but last year it was red.
We live, for people that are wondering, I live in Johnson County. It doesn't matter. It's big.
Yeah, Johnson County's
huge. Yeah, Johnson County is massive. I live in Johnson County.
The largest county in Kansas.
Yeah, it's got like...
And the most wealthiest county in Kansas. So, money.
Money! Oh, dude, it's all rich white women. Who feel bad. I was talking to my uncle today. I was like, "Why is this county so liberal?" He goes, "Dude, it's full of rich white women who feel bad." And I was like, "It's kind of true." No, but
rich white women that feel bad. So those are the people who are always constantly fucking yelling at me on the street.
Oh yeah, they go, "Get off the road and get off the road." No,
stop fixing my road, but I'm making it better.
Stop putting gravel on my road. No, but it's so we need to crack down. And here's the problem: Republicans, every single time the issue of social media censorship comes up, they always talk about it. They say, "Oh, this is great. Let's do something." And then in a couple months, couple weeks, couple days, they completely stop talking about it. Like the issue never existed. It's like, for the love of Christ, as somebody who does social media for a living, do something, you idiot. I mean, it's seriously, dude. Seriously. It's like, do something. I made a video yesterday, and I was catching some flack.
You catch flack every time you make a video.
Oh, I said that I was the most shadow banned account on Instagram.
I would say you are.
Oh, I'm not.
You're not?
Well, I am. I'm the most shadow banned political account.
Oh.
Dude, I haven't been able to go live for 2 months. 2 fucking months. And they were like, "Oh, well, you violated the community guidelines." Really? What guideline? Because I haven't had anything deleted. So they just said it. 2 months leading up to the biggest election of our lifetime. Can't go live. So I'm sitting there, can't go live. I would be getting thousands of viewers on live streams, and I'd be spewing pro-Trump content and just waking up the masses. Can't do it.
So how do you get unshadow banned?
Oh, I don't know when it's going to happen.
No, but
because they just shadow banned it because they were like, "Oh, it's too obvious to ban people, so we'll just shove this stuff down in the algorithm." If you search my name on Instagram, if you look up 2_savage_4_ Democrats, you literally, your fucking account. No, it's not even.
That's why
funny.
I get all the fucking DMs. "Hey man, listen, I love your content. I've been a follower since day one." So this producer
Steve's account is 2_savage_4_
I don't even use it anymore.
Yeah, 2_savage_4_ liberals. 2_savage_4. You know, I'm going deep topic.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm going into deep topic.
You know what? I'm gonna have to join you.
You're gonna have to join me in deep topic.
I am retiring my old.
Well, maybe we should keep these as the deep topic. Should we? Let's keep it. Let's keep it.
No. I want to wear it. I'm wearing these.
No, wear this the old deep topic. Okay, fine.
I got the expensive fancy ones. I'm wearing them.
Anyway,
No, they're not sponsored. I wish they were.
No. So you're too savage for liberals.
Yes.
I'm too savage for Democrats.
And I didn't steal it. You gave it to me.
The top 0.001% of the amount of my followers.
Oh yeah.
And still, if you type in too savage for Democrats, guess what name comes up at the first? Now, first of all, if you type in 2_, mine should come first because guess what? Biggest 2_ account.
Yes.
But it doesn't. It has every other account. There's an account, 2_ savage something. It says not Dylan. And that comes up before mine, even when you type in the entire fucking name, dude.
What?
Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. I can't escape it. I'm so shadow banned that it's beyond funny.
That's insane.
Look at my face. Look, am I laughing? It's because it's not funny.
Oh.
It's so stupid, dude.
I think it's kind of funny.
I mean, it's funny, but it's not. Now, my engagement's fine because I'm posting dankery from the bankery. So my engagement's still pretty good. But I'm still getting zero. Like, I lose followers for no reason. I'll have, like, I'll accept, like, 1,000 followers one day. Wake up the next day, have lost. And it's no reason. They're just going and erasing them. People can't see my content. I get messages. Haven't seen your content in months. I'm like, great.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And I told people in my video, I posted a video and I was like, try searching my name. People were like, holy shit.
But there's got to be a way that you can get yourself unshadow banned.
Oh, getting off of the platform. I've been shadow banned since Trump won. And this is why I'm saying, as somebody who experiences it all the time, and Don Jr. made a video talking about it, and I'm so glad because maybe he realizes, we need to get on top of it, dude, because it's horseshit. I mean, they're literally, and look, Trump winning this election is not because of the media. It's not because of word of mouth. It's because of social media. I'm not saying I'm the reason Trump won, but me posting pro-Trump content and all of the other accounts that do it, posting pro-Trump content, sharing his content, sharing his message, that's a huge reason why he won, because we're able to circumvent the media and just go straight up their fucking asses with the message. Just shove it right into people's face.
So how come you're shadow banned, but like nobody else?
Oh, other people are. I'm just the most.
Oh, okay.
I just have the most shadow banning.
So you're just gonna take that title.
I took the title, most shadow banned. I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make that my name on Instagram. The most shadow banned.
The most shadow banned account. Please follow.
Yeah. Please follow now. It's brutal, dude.
Before I get even more.
Oh, everybody else is like, I'm more shadow banned. I'm really, because you grew 100K in a month. I'm sitting here fucking squirming and chomping at the bit trying to grow, which is fine. I don't really care about the number of followers, but it's the reason I'm not growing as quickly is because I'm the most shadow banned account on Instagram, and that's just the end of it.
I just don't understand how they can do that.
Because nobody, the Republic, and they know the Republicans aren't going to do anything. Even Trump, and I love Trump. I'm a huge Trump guy. I've been a Trump guy since 2015, but he's not willing to do anything to stop it. That's the one thing I wish he would do. He would have my vote even more. He's not going to. He didn't lost my vote, but if he wants me to go in there and be like, and like write his name in the thing, I'll be like, with the voting on the thing. If he wants me to scratch his name like it's nobody's Bick Wickness, he needs to do social media censorship.
I need a new ballot. I ripped mine.
Yeah, I ripped my ballot trying to vote for Trump because he's based and went after social media censorship. Crack down on the social media companies. They're monopolies. Now, there is a lawsuit, an antitrust lawsuit going after Google, which is making me happy, and I want to get into that. But first, we have to talk about our wonderful sponsors.
Okay. That's all of you.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by the Patreon. Go to patreon.com/TSFDpod to get access to the Patreon. Now, a lot of you have come over, and let me say something about the Patreon. I'm not just saying this so you'll join. We have an amazing group of patriots in the Patreon. And by the way, if you join, you get access to a private Discord with all of the other Patreons. We can talk. We all hang out. We all have a great time. We play games together. One of our Patreons actually came today and was like, can we play this game next time? I didn't know the game, but I was like, sure. So it sounds like it's fun because another one came in and was like, it's fun. So you have that. You get access to the podcast early. A lot of you guys are like, why do you talk about outdated information? Oh, because you're getting the podcast 2 days after we record it. So if you want to get access to the podcast early, like the night we record it, or maybe the morning after, depends how lazy I am, you will get access to the podcast then if you join the Patreon. You also get access to the full video podcast, and it's epic, okay? It's awesome. So you get access to that as well. And you also get access to the monthly giveaways where we give away awesome, epic, based, and red-pilled content every single month. And next month's going to be some merch. This month was these.
Oh yeah, that was a big bomb you just dropped.
The merch?
Merch.
That's fine.
We haven't even talked about that.
We've talked about the merch quite a bit.
Me and you, but we haven't talked to them about that.
Well, it's kaput. Anyway, this episode of the podcast is also brought to you by CAG Prints. And I want to give a huge shout out, if you want to grab the other one of those producers, Steve, to CAG Prints. So KAGPRINTS on Instagram is a company where they make these awesome canvases. This one we have here behind us in the studio that was sent to us, which we actually gave away in the last giveaway. It says Second Amendment since 1789. These are awesome crafted prints. These are canvases. They're super sexy, super based, awesome material. You can hang them on your walls. They look great. So go to kagprints.com or go to kagprints as in PRINTS on Instagram and click the link in their bio. Check out some of their designs and pick you one up today. Because these are honestly, I mean, I'm not even saying this because they're technically not a sponsor of the podcast. They're a sponsor of my page. But I wanted to make them a sponsor of the podcast because of how sexy, epic, and based and red-pilled these. And you can do like this.
And there's that offensive content they were looking for.
That's not offensive.
It's offensive to me.
Good. Warning.
I'm offended.
This podcast is not made for producer Steve.
Get the fuck out of here. That's all that is. But going back to
okay, go ahead.
Going back to your shadow ban for a quick second.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure all you have to do is change your hashtags.
No, because I'm on private. So my hashtags are completely irrelevant because I'm not going to appear in the Explore feed anyway because I didn't know if I was wearing the Deep Topic glasses. I didn't know if I want to appear in the Explore feed anyway because I'm on private.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think you're a fooked.
Oh, I'm Fooky Bickwicked. It makes no sense. So let's get into this. This is from cnet.com, and this made me tingle a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because Google is one of the biggest companies in the history of planet Earth, and it will be the biggest company. That's what scares me, dude. Going forward, like when remember when freaking Henry Ford and like Rockefeller, they were rich and they had like a couple $1 million and everyone was like, they're so freaking wealthy. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Well, now we've got companies like Google and people like Jeff Bezos who will be individually a trillionaire within the next decade. I mean, think about that. We're going to have people who will be trillionaires within the next decade. Like the wealth gap. No, I'm not a socialist. No, I'm not a socialist. I'm not. But the wealth gap, and I'm not talking about like when Bernie Sanders talks about the wealth gap, he goes, the rich. And when he says rich, he means like anybody making over 400,000, right? Yeah. Which is rich. But that's when I talk about the wealth gap, I talk about the fact that like literally the top 0.0000001% of billionaires and soon to be trillionaires, they literally own so much of the wealth and so much of the power, so much of the influence. And the middle class is being squashed like a fucking pancake. And they can't do anything. They're having less children. They're not able to survive and thrive. The middle class in this country still creates the majority of jobs. We need to take care of our middle class. I don't really care about rich people. Rich people, like, and again, when I say rich people, I mean Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and the other heathens. Content is
billionaires.
Yeah, trillionaires. Even billionaires. Like Trump is fine. Elon Musk is fine. But then you've got Jeff Bezos who made $30 billion during a pandemic. And then we're sitting here freaking, not us, but most people are sitting here not able to feed their families, because they can't work. It's brutal.
Fine. I'm doing fine.
Anyway. Yeah.
I'm fine. It's fine. So, everything's fine.
We need to have a thriving middle class. You can't have, and that's what happens with socialism and communism, is the middle class ends up disappearing. So you have even larger wealth gaps. So Bernie Sanders talks about the wealth gap, which is bad. But his solution is socialism. And Vladimir Lenin said, famous communist, said the goal of socialism is communism. Communism eradicates the middle class. Find me a communist society where the the middle class has not been eradicated. Every single time. The middle class is gone. So you have an even worse wealth gap because you have the super rich and then you have the super poor. There's no in between.